Thank you for staying with us. It's still VOP this morning. Looking at the front pages of the national dailies this morning, we have the Guardian newspaper, the Delhi Independent, the Vanguard, the Delhi Trust, the Punch, Nigerian Tribune, and a whole lot of the national dailies. I would like to start off with the Guardian newspaper this morning. It has its main headline this morning to be inflation. Low patronage hits online stores, malls, amid 200% spike in prices. Inflation. Low patronage hits online stores, malls, amid 200% spike in prices. The story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We have a pictorial, to that story. And big mall. Prices of goods rose as much as 200% in the last 1 year as inflation hits 32.15%. Minimum monthly cost of a healthy meal for an adult family of 4 persons up by over 35% from 22,765 naira in January to 184,971 by June. I'll take that again. Minimum monthly cost of a healthy meal for an adult family of 4 persons up by over 35% from 122,765 naira in January to 184,971 by June 2024. Beside that pictorial, we have other headlines. Kogi Poly sacks Randy lecturers as OAUCH removes office beds. Over 21,000 applied for 7,000 Kwasiek ad hoc job. And this story is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper. PDP crisis. Makinde bags and battered Damagun as governors. National Working Committee plans sack. Bello remains wanted. EFCC insists lay siege to Kogi Government Lodge. Donations for Borno flood victims hits 11 billion naira. Fuel scarcity. Tanker driver caused traffic chaos on Oshodi Apapa Expressway. That story is on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. Zulum warns emirs against illegal mining insurgency risks. Zulum warns emirs against illegal mining insurgency risks. That is on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. And we have the last but not the least of the headline that made it to the cover page of the Guardian newspaper this morning to be CSOs worry over a Doguba election, condemn INEC's refusal to redeploy REG. And we have the bottom strip headline. Makinde approves for 41 billion naira for airport upgrade, defers presumptive tax implementation. Those are the headlines that made it to the cover page of the Guardian newspaper this morning.
All right, then. Away from the Guardian newspaper now. I've been checking out some headlines there. I just started chuckling, but I was wondering why offices have beds. The Kogi University removing beds. Oh, well. Let's go to another daily. We'll talk more about that in the 9 o'clock hour. Daily Independent is up next. The banner headline here is on Edo Guba. It says, PDP asks supporters to activate mechanism to defend vote. Go to polling units with enough food, water, medication, mats, spare clothes, smartphones, and other essentials. Basically, go camp there. All right. And then on top of the nameplate, Edo Guba Obi rally support for Akpata, task security agencies, INEC, on credible poll. EFCC operatives lay siege to Abuja Kogi Government Lodge to arrest former Governor Bello after visiting Commission's office. Maiduguri floored. Over 150,000 children in dire need of aid. SCI. FG test runs control system for enhanced national power grid. ICRC to audit all PPP projects and force statutory insurance of assets. Nigeria got into lead hub of $7.7 trillion global halal market. That's according to the FG. Court decides Gandhije's fate as APC national chairman, September 23. Court decides Gandhije's fate as APC National Chairman, September 23. FCT primary school teachers embark on indefinite strike. Nigeria's rating soars after compliance with Cape Town Convention considers safe for aircraft leasing. All right, good news, that is. Sub-regional countries brainstorm on workers' interest in AFCFTA, AFTA. All right, so these are the headlines from the Daily Independent.
And from the Daily Independent, we move over to the Daily Trust newspaper. And the banner headline reads, Zamfara boat mishap, 10 bodies recovered, 22 still missing. Search extended to neighboring villages. Survivors, victims' families speak. How accident happened, according to an eyewitness. And below the masthead, you have CBN to now charge cybercrime levy at 0.005% in new guidelines. Demography positions Nigeria to lead $7.7 trillion halal market. That's according to the Vice President, Shetima. Tackle illegal mining before it turns to insurgency, Zulum tells emirs. And below the headline, below the major headline, there's a pictorial there is about the Northeast Development Commission, the gathering of the big wigs when they held the Northeast Climate Change Summit. And beside that pictorial, you have Yahaya Bello remains wanted, not with us, according to the EFCC. Quite interesting. Hardship. Bafarawa donates 1 billion naira to Sokoto people. I'll take that again. Hardship. Bafarawa donates 1 billion naira to Sokoto people. Bafarawa, former governor. Yeah. That's another interesting story. Court remands farmer for the filing stepdaughter. And the last but not the least, transport fare hike, low turnout of students 1 week after resumption. And that will be all from the Daily Trust newspaper.
All right, we'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll be looking at one of the conversations on our table this morning, the very first one. Labour Party faction, led by Julius Abure, has accused Peter Obi and Alex Otti of betraying the party by aligning with INEC. Well, let's talk about this when we come back.